In 2025, using a debit card could be the fastest way to drain your bank account and potentially lower your credit scores. So in today's lesson, I'm gonna give you the 3 powerful reasons why debit cards are most dangerous than ever and why using a credit card the right way is gonna protect your money, your credit, and your peace of mind. So what I want you to do right now is go get your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. So let's go ahead and go into reason 1 of why I feel this way, because debit cards can leave your bank accounts exposed. Guys, understand this. Think of your debit card like a key to your bank vault. If someone gets access to that card or even just that number, they can literally walk into your bank account and start spending all of your money without any issues, especially if they really know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. According to the American Bankers Association, 39% of all fraud losses in the US now come from debit cards and check fraud. That's nearly almost half of all scams targeting your hard-earned money, aka that bank vault I was talking about. And if you still think I'm making some of this stuff up and I'm not going in the right direction, then let's go ahead and look at a real life story of Miss Griffin. She literally stopped at a gas station in Jacksonville, Florida, bought some snacks and some drinks. Seemed like a regular normal day, right? But later on, she saw that her balance had dropped to 78 cents. 78 cents. Do you know why? Because a hidden skimming device was on the card reader that copied her card details and drained her account before she even got home. And me thinking she was probably around the corner before she got to the crib, before she got to the house, and in 5 minutes, everything got drained out of her bank account. So now let me ask you this. If your debit card was skimmed today, would your rent still get paid tomorrow? Hypothetically, of course. You know, I rebuke that, but I'm just saying hypothetically. But here's where debit cards come in as your safety shield. Look at this right here. Under the Fair Credit Billing Act, if someone uses your credit card without permission, the maximum liability is just $50. And most card companies waive that entirely. And even better, if a thief only steals the number and not the card, you're not liable at all. You're likely to get your money back quickly without the stress or risk of being short on cash. But hang on, I still have a bonus for you. Big card networks like Visa, MasterCard, Amex, you know, the ones that you have in your wallet or you know people that have in their wallet, offer zero liability protection. That means you're off the hook for all unauthorized transactions, period. Now, hold on, a disclaimer. I'm not saying if you go out there and you literally swipe your card 1,000 times and then you just claim fraud that they're just gonna wipe everything off. You gotta understand, these credit card holders are not dumb, okay? So you're not gonna do this and think that you're always gonna get away with it. They're gonna close your card, you're gonna still owe some money, they're gonna think that you're running the fraud or you're having too many fraud things or things of that nature. So please don't think that you can just go, you know, run it up on a card or anything of that nature. Please be a civilized human being, all right? That's not what this is. But you get where I'm coming from as far as the safety veil that you have as far as the credit cards, as far as the debit cards. But I'm not even done, and let's keep going on into reason 2 why I think of this, because debit card fraud is way harder and slower to fix. Because let's imagine that you right now walk into your bank and say, hey, someone just literally emptied everything out of my checking account. What do? They're gonna stop what they're doing and they're gonna do an investigation, right? Right, protocol, cool. But with that investigation, it could take days and or weeks, and that's fine. But meanwhile, you have no cash, no bills that you can actually pay. You can't buy groceries. You can't even grab lunch. You can't even get some oodles and noodles. You can't do anything because you got 78 cents in your bank account right now, and you're waiting for Wells Fargo to come back and tell you like, yeah, it was a mix up. Yo, here's your money back, et cetera, et cetera. And you don't know how long it's gonna take, and you can't speed them up. You can't say, hey, where's my money? And stuff like that. It's like, sir, we have to do a proper investigation. There's protocol, there's blah, 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 blah. And you have to sit here and you have to literally wait. Debit card fraud is covered under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act. But, here's the catch. You have to report the issue within 2 business days of noticing the fraud. And your max liability is $50. But hold on, wait, it does not stop there. If you wait more than 2 days, but report within 60 days, you can lose up to $500. Miss that 60-day mark, you could be on the hook for everything in your account. That's literally a ticking time bomb, ladies and gents. So let's just say that you go, back and forth with your debit and your credit card. You use your debit card before, and then I'm just gonna use my credit card for the rest of the month or for a few months or something like that. And then you try to use your debit card again, and then you figure out you got 25 cents in there and you didn't notice it, and it's too late for you to do anything about it. Now what are you gonna do? Now what? Or you just get to that point where, it's my due date for my credit cards. I haven't used my debit card in a while, and you try to make that payment and it doesn't go through, and you check your account and you got 15 cents in there. Then what are you gonna do? You're already out of the time frame or things of that nature, because you gotta also understand that certain banks and lenders have certain qualifications and ramifications that you have to be up under. Everybody doesn't always run to the beat of everybody else's drum. Sometimes they might go to the beat of theirs. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't read the manual or anything like that, you don't know what's actively gonna happen. So with that being said, now let's compare two credit cards. With a credit card, fraudulent charges don't take your money, all right? They just show up on your statement. You literally dispute it, and while your credit card company investigates this, you're not responsible for paying that amount. Technically, most of the time, all right? Now, if your due date is tomorrow and they're just now investigating it, yes, 9 times out of 10, it is gonna pop up on your credit report. But I'm saying if you're doing it like the first of the month and your due date is the end of the month, you get what I'm saying, all right? I'm just trying to show you that you just can't go out there and just scam a credit card. But there are different ways on how we can get everything situated. Plus, credit card companies have an entire fraud department that moves quickly because it's literally their money on the line, not yours. They act a little faster, communicate way better, and offer way better protections by law. So in worst case scenario, would you rather lose access to your bank account or just freeze a credit card and wait for a new one to come in the mail? I don't know about you, but I think I would go with the second option. And let's get into reason number 3, which are credit cards offer way more protection and power. Please understand this, that debit cards only do one thing. They're a one-trick pony, which is what? Spending your money. But when it comes to credit cards, when used responsibly, they do so much more, so much. They're on a whole different scale. First, let's talk about the fraud protection. As we've said in the past, you're shielded from scams and hacking. But credit cards also help you with the day-to-day spending as well. Sounds way more than just the one-trick pony that I just said. But let me give you a way better example to actually break this all down for you. Let's say that you have right now purchase protection. Have you ever broke a phone or something very valuable within the first 2 days? Many credit cards offer extended warranties or even full refunds that can cover these issues. What about traveling? Lost luggage? You ever had your flight delayed? Yeah, exactly. Credit cards help you reimburse those costs, especially if you know what you're doing when it comes to them. Debit cards barely do this. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are some debit cards out there that can definitely help you with certain things like this, but for the most part, when it comes to just regular Wells Fargo or any of these other debit cards, it's just literally swipe, take the money out of the account. But with credit cards, you get a little more than just that. Every time you use a credit card and pay it off on time, let me say that again, on time, you're building your credit history all in the right direction. And with that, that has the ability to affect you getting approved for homes and apartments, financing a car, qualifying for lower interest rates, because yes, your credit score does dictate your interest rates, and even landing a job in certain industries. Because I don't know if anybody ever told you, a lot of these new companies and even older companies are starting to soft pull credit reports to see where you are as far as credit, because that dictates what type of person that you actually are. Are you responsible or are you not responsible? And using your debit card doesn't build credit at all, for the most part, for certain ones, majority of the ones. It's literally like running on a treadmill. You're really moving and grooving, but you're really not going nowhere. So if you can use a credit card for your everyday expenses and pay it off every single month in full and using it responsibly, you're literally going to build credit, earn rewards, and protect your wallet. This is a win-win-win. Now, I know some of you are probably watching this and saying, yo, how to, I get it, but I really don't know how to manage my credit cards the right way. I wasn't taught this. I wanna make sure that I'm doing it right. Or you could definitely be saying, yo, I definitely know how to access credit cards the correct way, but I can't get approved because my credit scores are not where they need to be. And that's exactly where I come in. This is the reason why I created the How to Credit Start program. This is a done for you service and also a step-by-step guide to help you build your credit from scratch, even if you made mistakes in the past. You'll learn how to choose the right credit cards, use them wisely, and unlock the benefits most people take advantage of on a day-to-day basis. So what I want you to do right now is click the link below so you can sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with us so we can get you to the other side so you can get the perks of those personal credit cards and even business credit cards to scale your business. Or even if you just want a home, I can definitely help you in any avenue that you're trying to go in. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope that this helps somebody and really pushes them to really dare to be different, because I promise you everything that you need is on the other side of using everything and doing everything responsibly. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and until next time, ladies and gents.